Yeah. Okay. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Brent. Thank you, Matt. Okay. So when I first was growing up, one of my favorite things to do was to play baseball and to watch baseball. And so what do you think my goal was? I wanted to be a really good batter, and I wanted to hit a home run, right? So, but you know what? I went through the minors, and then I was in the majors. I was probably around, 10 or 11 years old. But one thing I loved to do was to watch baseball on TV. That was back in the day when it was before clickers. You would have to actually get up from the couch and go over and change the channel, right? But I loved to watch baseball. And I would watch a lot of the baseball players and watch them play and watch them hit a home run. Didn't really have a quick rewind, but one thing that I learned was that by me watching that, I was actually able to hit my first home run. I was 11 years old and hit a home run, and then I got the momentum going and hit multiple home runs the next few years. Went into Babe Ruth, and then I played in high school as well. So I want to chat with all of you about a home run, because I thoroughly believe that what we have and the opportunity gives us the ability to hit a home run. And a home run may be different for any of you. And like Matt shared, it's about our big why. So when I first got into real estate, I actually failed. For my first 3 months, I was not getting any listings. I was not making any sales. My broker became a great mentor and a coach. So there's the first tip, get a coach, right? And he took me under his wing, and he said, let's go to a PMA, Positive Mental Attitude seminar in Los Angeles. So I went there, and there were 4 key things that the speakers shared. I mean, and these were like William Clement Stone, it was Jim Rohn, Earl Nightingale, Tommy Hopkins. I mean, these guys were the who's who. And the first thing I learned was to think big, growth-minded mindset, constantly learning and growing and being positive. Number one is constantly learning, and I still do that now every day. When I'm sitting in my cold plunge, I got my headset on so I can kind of help with the pain a little bit. And then the second one is the next key is how we spend our time. We have to spend our time extremely disciplined in what we do, whether it's for our health, for our faith, for our family, for our business. We have to be disciplined, and we have to do the right things in the right order, and we have to put them in our calendar and make sure that it's scheduled. So whether it's production or whether it's agent attraction, we have to remember that. So number one is think big, growth-minded mindset. Number 2 is how we spend our time. Number 3 is who we spend our time with, right? We're all winners, and we're spending time with winners, getting big rooms with bigger people. Brent is a great example of that. So spend time with winners. And that's true with your kids or for yourself. And then the last is to take massive, focused action. Just take action. There's... get ready, then there's aim, and then there's fire. So I remember when I first started real estate, one of my, another agent, he was just getting ready to get ready to get ready to get ready. You ever kind of felt like you're doing that? I do sometimes, but a lot of times we just need to fire. Whether it's production, agent attraction, we just need to just do something, right? Sometimes I think I probably flipped the script a little bit, and I was fire, ready, aim, but that's okay. So we have to take massive, focused action. So I had success in real estate sales. That I came back from that conference, made a big difference. Got a lot. I was doing everything possible to get a listing. I knew that if you didn't list, you didn't last. So I got an expired listing. Then I became an expired king. But one of the disciplines that I learned was to make a mess in the morning and then clean it up in the afternoon. I would call expireds. First thing in the morning, I would get in the office and I would make calls and then set appointments and then go out on appointments in the afternoon. Well, I've been able to carry that forward with the same thing now with agent attraction. I try to make a mess in the morning and then clean it up in the afternoon. I'm making calls first thing in the morning. There's a lot of East Coast agents and brokers that I'm calling, so I can start my calls at 7 a.m. I love it. So then I became successful in real estate sales, and like Brent said, I was at Keller Williams 19 years and a top agent for a number of those. But I really, really just felt like, man, I'm on this transactional treadmill. And I don't know if you know the history of the treadmill, but it actually was invented in 1818 in an English prison camp, because they said, we're going to they took 10 prisoners and they had a row of treadmills, and they all had them going on that treadmill as fast as they could, as much as they could. It was a penalty for them, you know? And so I kind of feel the same way. You know, real estate's a transactional treadmill, but they all learn from it, and we need to learn from that as well. Again, I just felt like I was on that transactional treadmill with that success. And then 4 years ago, heard about EXP and came over to EXP, and I just love it. And I've been able to, you know, of course, take my everything that I've learned from real estate sales and then flip the script and utilize those things for agent attraction. So I'll just share some of the things that, in no particular order, do something that scares you. Woo! Do something that scares you, okay? Every single day, I kind of want to just do something that scares me. Yesterday, I called a big, huge independent broker, 3,700 agents. And I got a hold of the guy and talked to him and started a conversation. And we'll see where that goes. It's a relationship. That's what we're doing, is we're creating these relationships. People will join people faster than people will join companies. So we need to connect with someone, create that relationship, and then find out what their problem is, you know, how we can solve their problem. You know, I'm not going to ask a big independent, but what's your problem? But by creating that relationship, learning more about him, one of my coaches says, money changes hands when problems get solved. So, and when I'm chatting with individuals, of course you want them, God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth, and you all know this stuff. We need to ask questions. We need to ask questions and use the simple acronym FORD. Y'all know what FORD is. You know, first is family. You know, find out a little bit about them. One thing I always ask is, let's say if I'm talking to maybe either a capper or an agent that is a productive agent, I just say, when I start off, tell me a little bit about yourself and what you're looking for in a brokerage. And then they'll share a little bit about themselves and what they're looking for and what's important to them. Wow, that's perfect. Awesome. What do you do with your spare time? You sound like you're really busy. What do you do with your spare time? And then they'll share with you about their family. And then from there, you know, you want to just find out, you know, what are your goals? What would you like to achieve? So, okay. I think one of the things that I learned is to identify your ideal prospect. Identify the ideal person that you would like to speak with. So for myself, it's kind of the tri-prong. I want to speak to big dogs, either KW team leaders or big independent brokers, or cappers or icons, and then also brand new agents as well. It's kind of the tri-prong. So identify your ideal contact, and then you know, just give them a call. And it's so easy to just invite them to an event. We have so many amazing events. That is just so easy to just, you know, when we have an event over at PCAR, hey, Matthew, I just want to reach out. I don't know if you heard, but we've got an amazing event coming up. It's next Thursday. It's 10 to noon at Placer County Association of Realtors. May I text you the info? No one has ever, maybe only one person, but if you ask, may I text you the info? Then that's a way to get a yes. Because otherwise you say, hey, well, can you come? They're like, well, let me check my schedule. I don't know. Hey, can I text you the info? And you'll be able to learn if they're open-minded. If their gate is open, you'll be able to learn that that may be an opportunity. And then invite them to the event. And if they come, you can meet them there. That's great. But if they don't, that's someone that you can follow up with. And then you can I just usually chat with them, and then I ask them, great, sorry we missed you last week. How's things going? Man, the market's crazy right now. If you could kind of put your business on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you want to send your license back to the Department of Real Estate, and then 10 is you have all of your real estate income has given you all of your financial freedom. Where would you put, where would you be? And they go, oh, probably about a 6. What would it take to go to a 7? So then you can kind of walk through that. And then just book an appointment. Book an appointment for me, for Brent, for Matt, for Don Yoakum, Randy Bird. Just book an appointment with one of your senior partners to connect with them and to chat with them. And then once you guys, if you don't have my phone number, 916-342-4777. I'm all over anywhere, but book an appointment for me. And so then once you book an appointment for me, then it's a Zoom meeting. And the strategy, actually Matthew taught me this, the strategy for a three-way call is you have to edify. First you edify the guest. Oh, hey, this is Steve. He's at Century 21, edify. And then this is Tom Daves. He's done this, and then you just kind of turn it over to me from there. So you edify, and then you just sit back and listen, okay? And then never leave an appointment without booking another appointment, or that's a fumble. Yeah, go ahead.
Have they watched the video or whatever, the presentation before we contact you?
Okay, so my goal is to have them watch a video. I mean, if we can bring them into the office, watch the Model Explain video. I would prefer that you watch that video with them before you book an appointment with me. So running short on time, a few more notes. So we're just adding value, and we're just staying in touch with these people. It's really just like our database, right? Eventually, it used to be that agents would change brokerages every 7 years. Then it was 5. Now it's every 3 years, agents will change brokerages. So we just need to be in conversation with them and be consistent. You don't have to be great. You just have to be consistent and just invite them, okay? If someone says, oh, well, gee, I'm not a recruiter. Great. We don't want you to recruit. We just want you to invite them to an event, invite them to an office meeting, just invite. We can all do that. So, and if you do, you're going to be successful. And just like I said when I started, you're going to be able to hit that home run. Thank you.
We keep the mic in front of the speaker and explodes.